Okay, good? Ready? All right, okay. Well, again, hello, India. Well, it's a pleasure for me to be here. This is the first time I visit India. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. Yeah, I've been in this industry for 20 years and then involved in international expansion, international business. But it's surprising to, even to me that this is the first time I visit India. Too bad that I flew in just 2 nights ago, and then I was in Mumbai yesterday, and I flew to Hyderabad yesterday, last night, and spent just one day here in Hyderabad, and then flying to Bangalore tonight, and then spend just one day over there, and then fly back to wherever I need to go. And then I don't have even like 5 minutes for sightseeing. That's too bad. Um, so hopefully next time, sometime soon in the near future, you invite me to India again, and you know. Because, but it's great. It's really great for me to see all faces here today. I didn't expect to see this many faces, but why not? I mean, India is one of the fastest, if not the fastest growing market for enagic. You know, yeah, isn't that great? Enagic is we're trying to hit 20,000 unit sales per month goal. That's our goal right now. And in the last month, the month of August, we hit the 15,000. And India last month over 1,600. So in Enagic, India is more than 10. That consists more than 10% sales. So yeah, it's great. And you know what? This market, because of you, because of your hard effort, great passion, the great trust in the Enagic, India is growing so much, and then I'm expecting so much from you for the coming year. So when we hit 20,000, when we hit the 20,000 sales per month, I think India could be the 5,000 out of that 20,000. That's gonna be what, 25% of the total sales. With with the people like you, I believe that that's more than attainable. Do you think? So yeah, and I'm we have so many faces today. Yesterday I saw so many faces too, and then tomorrow I'm expecting probably 200, 300 people in Bangalore too. But you know what? How many people are there in India? 1.3 billion, right? 1.3 billion. What? Out of 1.3 billion people, do you know how many people are using Enagic Kangen water? 26,000. 26,000. Only 26,000. What market penetration rate is like what? It's like a 0.001%. You have a great market in front of you, and there's so many people. There's so many people who do not know about Enagic yet. So you are the ambassador of Enagic. You are the pioneer. And then I hope that, I'm sure that you already know a lot about Enagic, but I hope that after today, you're more confident about Enagic, and so that you go out there and then you talk to a lot more people about Enagic. Before I go into my presentation, let me talk to you a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Yuichi Arima, and then I joined Enagic just 1 year ago, September 2018. So just 1 year ago. And then I first was introduced to this industry, not Enagic, but to this industry when I was 20 years old, and as a distributor. So I was a distributor, just like you. Not the Enagic, but with other company called Amway. So I was an Amway distributor. And I learned a lot from Amway, and it's still it's at the core of my heart. And it's a great company, and it's a great industry. So, and then since then, on and off, but ever since then, I have been in this industry. And then, so first couple of years I spent as a distributor, but then after that, I joined as a corporate member. And then I served for multiple different American-based MLM companies. And here I am with Enagic. A lot of people, when I joined Enagic last year, a lot of people are like, why? Why Arima-san joined Enagic, the Japanese-based MLM company? I always thought that the Arima-san would be a perfect fit for the foreign-based company. And why Japan-based MLM? But I tell you what, this company is something that I've been looking for. This company has a huge potential, credibility, and a track record of success, and like more than anything, it has great people and a great future. And I hope that you're going to see that. You see what I'm seeing, and I want you to know that you're with a right company. And so why Enagic? Why Enagic? I don't know if anyone can tell me, like when I ask that question, why Enagic, that can you answer that question like this? Yeah. All right. Yeah, but today after my talk, I hope that you take your time and then to come up with a more concrete answer as to why you chose Enagic. You are with the right company. You're with a great company. But I want you to be able to tell other people why you joined Enagic. And you know what? A lot of people expect your future to change. You know, a lot of people are trying to change your future, trying to change your life, right? You want to have a bright future. But I'm sure that the people in this room are not like the person that I'm going to talk about. But unfortunately, when I go to America, when I go to Japan, I see so many people. I see so many people who says, yeah, I want to change my life. I want to change my future. But they don't do anything. Often they say, well, show me the change and then I change. And you know that's not going to work. You know that's not going to work, but you know that there are many people like that out there, right? And I tell you what, if you want change in your future, if you want to change your life, then first you have to change. Okay, change to change. You want to see the change, then change. It's very simple, very simple. But a lot of people don't understand that simple thing, and that's real. That's so true. So I want you to know that only you have the power to change your future. No one else. Don't expect other people to change your life for you. Don't expect other people to bring change to your future. Only you have the power to do that. So I hope that you understand that. And then, okay, there you go. Now, I'm going to share the core messages with you today. Here are the 5 messages that I want to share with you today. One is choose the right transportation. Choose a right transportation. That is so important. So I want you to remember that. Second, our business is no different. Our business is no different. Third, it is up to us. It is up to us. And 4, be successful, then significant. And 5, it all starts here. So these are the 5 messages that I want to share with you. I may not rephrase them, but you'll find these messages everywhere in my presentation, right? So, before I came to India, I studied just a little bit about this country, the economy. And then, this is what I found out, that the average income, monthly income of the people in India, it's $168 US. That's about right. Yeah, it's like what? That's yeah, 12,000 rupees, something like that. Yeah, 10,000, 10,000 rupees. Yeah, so that's about right. Yeah, of course it's average. The word average could be very deceptive, as you know. How can that be deceptive? Yeah, it's like say like this room is filled with this room is filled with people, and then say everyone in this room, say everyone in this room is making say 10,000 rupees a month. But then there is one guy sitting at the end of this room, and that's Bill Gates. He's making $100 million a month. And what would happen all of a sudden? What would happen to the average income of people in this room? All of a sudden, your average income of people in this room is 1 million US dollars, right? But that's average, still average, right? So that's how deceptive the word average is. So if you want to know more about the reality of this country, what you need to know is the median income, the number. If you do that, I'm sure this number could even go down lower. And now, this country has some issues, like just like other countries, U.S., Japan, they all have their own problem. And India is not an exception. India has some problem too. One of the issues this country has is income inequality. Back in 1982, 83, that's like almost like 40 years ago. The top 10, okay, the top 10 people, the income level, top 10 people owns only 30%. 30% of the income of the nation. And then top 1% owns 6%. And the middle rank people, 40% of the people, they own 46%, and bottom 50 people, 50% owns only 24%. But then just in 2013, 2014, just 5 years ago, the numbers changed. Now, top 10% of the richest people in this country owns 55%. And top 1%, 22%, and still 40% owns only 30%, and the bottom 50 owns only 15%. This is the reality of this country. This is the reality of this country. So I don't know where you fall in, which category you fall in, but can you tell me that is there anyone who would say, I'm in that top 0.1% right now? Probably not, right? If you are, you don't have to be here. And also that I found another article says income inequality gets worse. The India's top 1% backs 73% of the country's wealth. Top 1% owns 73%. That is so that the rest, 99% of people, they share only 27% of national wealth. And then if you're like, that's 99%, including top 10%, except that the very top 1%. So the next 9% of people, they probably share a lot of number too. So in total, say, probably what? 15, that's 70, 92%. So if you're not in top 10% range, you just share with the 90% of the people around you, share only like some 8% of national wealth. That is the reality of this country. So you are here. Why are you here? Because you want to drink more Kangen water? Is that the reason why you're here? Change life. You want to become more successful, right? You want to become successful. That's why you're here, right? Yeah. If you want to drink more Kangen water, I mean, it's great that you're here, but just drink Kangen water, right? Yeah, but you're here because you want to become more successful, right? That means that that you're seeking a way out from that 90% of that person, and then you want to get into that top 10%. How do we do it? That's what you want to know, right? Isn't that right? And I hope that what I showed you, what I shared with you today, is going to help you find a way out. And now let's see. This is the one guy that I really look up to, Bill Gates. He says, if you're born poor, it's not your mistake. But if you die poor, it's your mistake. I think it's so true. I think it's so true. You know, everyone has different background. Everyone has a different history, right? I'm sure that a lot of people, even like just one time in the past, you thought, gosh, I wish I was born into a wealthy family. Have you ever thought about that? Because I have. But no matter how hard you think about it, how much you pray for, your past is not going to change. Only thing you can change is your future, right? And if you want to change your future, then what do you need to do? The Albert Einstein says, if you want different results, do not do the same thing. In other words, if you want different results, do something different. And you know that a lot of people around you, they hope that they can change their life. They expect, they want the different results in their future by doing the same thing, by keep doing the same thing. I see many people like that in Japan or in America. They say they want to, I want to change my future, but they're so afraid of changing what they do. In that case, their future is not going to change. It's not going to change. You today is a result of what you've done in the past, right? What you've done in the past created you today. You keep doing what you've done in the past, and your future is going to be the same. You want the future, then you have to start doing something different today. Okay? You can use today as a result of the past, or you can spend today as a cause for the future. Which do you choose? It's your choice. If you just want to live today as a result of the past, I don't think you need to be here. But if you want to spend today as a cause of your future, then you should be here. Now, the Albert Einstein said that if you want different results, do something different. And there are a few things. Are you okay? Okay. There are a few things that you can do to change your life, to change your future. Option one, I'll share with you three options. Option one, that's you double or triple what you've been doing. When I was in Japan, when I was 23, I decided to go to America. And then a year later, I came back to Japan because I had to work to earn money for tuition. So I started working at the Chinese restaurant in Japan and started working there from 9 o'clock till 6 o'clock in the evening. And with that job, I was making just about $2,500 a month. But that wasn't enough. So I decided to take another shift at another Chinese restaurant just around the corner and started working there from 7 o'clock in the evening till 2 o'clock in the morning. So with two jobs combined, I was making just about $4,000 a month. For a 23, 24-year-old boy, $4,000 a month wasn't too bad, wasn't bad. But what if I needed to make 10,000 US dollars a month? Do you think I could take a third shift? I had to sleep, I had to eat, and I had to keep my girlfriend happy. So probably taking the 2 shifts were the best I could do. So it applies to you too. If you want to double your income, one of the easiest option available to you is you double what you do. Then you can double your income. But as I showed you, there's a limitation to this option. If you want to make your income triple, maybe that's not the option you want to take, right? The second option you can take is you start your own company. And this option may look great because when you create your company, you can earn the title of president, CEO, chairman, whatever you call it. You can earn cool titles. But as I show you later, it comes with the high price tag. Now the third option available to you is this business that you're already in. Some people call it network business. Some people call it MLM or multi-level marketing. Some people call it community business. And some people call it human-based marketing. I know that some people have a logic to like network business or MLM, those words. But I personally don't care how you call it, because anyway, the things you need to do are the same. So call it however you like, but the MLM, network business, human-based marketing, that is a great option for you. In my presentation, I'll call it human-based marketing, okay? So this is a great option for you, especially if you don't have any capital, significant amount of capital, then this is a great option for you. And then I prove that by doing the comparison. I will compare this human-based marketing, the option, with other 2 options, doubling or being employed, and then also starting your own company. I do this business analysis in terms of business cost, profitability, scalability, return on investment, and likelihood we use. The translation is okay? Okay. Wow. All right. Okay, so I will make the comparison between the human-based marketing and the other options. In terms of business cost, profitability, scalability, return on investment, and likelihood winning. You wanna add the translation right now? Okay. So the business cost, if you are to start your own company, you cannot avoid these 2 types of costs. One is fixed cost, and then other is variable cost. And the fixed cost includes something like initial capital, facility equipment, store renovation, rent, advertising, back office system, labor. These are fixed costs. And variable cost includes inventories, utilities, things like that. If you want, like I said, when you start your own company, you're gonna earn title of president, CEO, chairman, you name it. But you have to be aware of these types of costs. Before I joined in Enagic, I had my own consulting firm. And to start, it was a tiny, small consulting company, but I invested just about 100,000 US dollars as an initial capital. And then also I spent another $30,000 on equipment such as tables, desks, chairs, PC, printers, stuff like that. And I didn't have to do store renovation, but for office rent, I was paying about $2,500 a month. And advertising, I created the flyer 10,000 copies of it and then mailed out to potential clients. And mailing the flyer out, that's going to cost some money too. So I can't really remember how much I spent on that, but it certainly costed me some money. And now the back office system for my consulting business, I didn't have to have a back office system, but at one time I actually thought about starting my own MLM with the dietary supplement. And for that reason, one time I went to talk to one of the system companies and then asked them how much it would cost to have them create the back office system for me. And then they said it would cost me about $50,000 US up front. And then after that, maybe 1.5% of the monthly sales. So it wasn't cheap. And then also labor. Labor is one of the most expensive costs that you need to be aware of. And the inventories and utilities, that's going to add another more cost to it. So it's not cheap. It's not. Just to have a tiny consulting firm, I had to invest that much money. If you have like a restaurant business or apparel business, you're going to have to invest even more. I have a friend who started a hamburger restaurant in Japan. I know that the Indian people like some of American fast foods, the Subway and KFC and McDonald's and Pizza Hut. You guys like those kind of stuff, right? And my friend, he started doing the hamburger restaurant in Japan, just a hamburger restaurant, and he had to invest $600,000 US. 600,000. That's a lot of money. But if you want to have a cool, nice apparel shop in a really nice location, that's gonna require a lot of investment as well. So, what I'm saying is that it's not cheap to earn that kind of title. You have to be aware. You have to be willing to take risk and pay the cost. So that I'm talking about the costs right here, but those costs are all, in other words, it's risk. So yeah, like starting your own company, that's great, sounds great, and then you could become really huge. You could become really successful, but it comes with a great risk too. Now, if you are in MLM, human-based marketing, do you have to worry about these costs? No. You don't have to have initial capital. You don't have to do store renovation. You don't have to pay for rent. You don't have to do advertising. You don't have to do back office system, and you don't have to hire anyone. Do you know who are the highest paid distributors out in Magic? Do you know who are getting the most, paid most at the Magic? Highest paid distributors. Cynthia, Rami, JB, or Daniel, and Tamia, and those guys, right? And Cynthia, Rami, these guys, they're making well over 6 figures, $100,000 US per every month. They're even making more. Maybe they're making 200,000 or 300,000. Of course, I can't tell you exactly how much they're making, but they are making that much money. And do you think they hire anyone to build that business? No, they don't. They hire nobody. The people in their organization, they are working for themselves. They're chasing after their own dreams. And Cynthia, Rami, and JB, these guys are working with them, helping them to achieve their own goal. As a return, they get paid tons of money. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so that's what the MLM, that's the human-based marketing is about. So you don't have to have inventories either. If in this room, if there's anyone who says, well, I have 30K at home, and then you know what, you're doing something wrong. So anyway, when it comes to cost, when it comes to investment or risk, Um, all you have to have is the purchase of a Kangen water machine. That's the only requirement. And some people may think that they may say that's a risk, that's the cost. But is it really a cost? To me, this is investment. Investment for your future. Because you buy Kangen water machine, yeah, it could be expensive, especially for people in India. It could be expensive, but it's gonna make you healthier. It's gonna help your family members to get healthier. No matter how much success you have, no matter how much money you have, if you're not healthy, you're not gonna enjoy the wealth you have. Yeah. So this is investment. And then I don't know if there's anyone in this room who smoke or drink alcohol. You know those habits are not really healthy, right? Smoking. What kind of health can that bring to you? You know that it's only harmful, but you're willing to spend money on it. And some people are like, they're smoking and then they're drinking alcohol like crazy, and then they say, like the Kangen water, it's a little expensive. Are you serious? You're willing to spend money on smoke, the cigarette. You're willing to spend your money on alcohol you shouldn't be drinking. And then you're saying that the Kangen water is too expensive? Well, you know what? Forget it. I'm not talking to you. You know. So this is actually investment. It's an investment for your future, your dream. So if you think that way, that's not expensive. You want to go? Yeah. Businesses in terms of profitability. How profitable is it? So if you look at the employed, you are working for someone, like you're earning like hourly wages or the monthly salary. The profitability of your work can simply be calculated by multiplying your time with the unit price. Unit price means that your hourly wage. So if you are working for the 8 hours a day and $10 an hour, that means that you earn $80 per day. So the daily profitability of your work is $80. Nothing more, nothing less, right? And if you're self-employed, then the data shows that your profit is somewhere between 2 to 18%. So if your business is generating, say, $100,000 a month, then your income could be somewhere between $2,000 and $18,000. If you are earning $18,000 a month, that's a lot, that's a good. But that's like a high end, very high end. Most of the people find themselves somewhere between 3 to 4 to 5%. So, I mean, it could be okay, it could be decent, but it's not much, it's not. And of course, you have to remember that these guys, they have to take a great amount of risk. They made a lot of sacrifices. They put a lot of things, they made a lot of investment. So they took the great risk, and yet you could end up making only like a 3%, 4%, or it could be less than 2% of the sales. So to me, I don't know if that's what I want to do. But if you look at the human-based marketing, your income, profitability, your profit could be somewhere between 5 to 12% of your group sales. That 12%, of course, is lower than 18%, but you have to know that the human-based marketing, it's virtually no risk. Virtually no risk. You don't have to take almost no risk, and yet you'll be able to make that 5 to 12%. That's actually great. And when it comes to Enagic's 8-point program, the 8-point program, that can bring you the profitability of somewhere between 7 to 40%. Yeah, of course. I mean, the 40% is when you're 6A and above. Not everyone. When you're 1A, your profitability is just about 7%. But are there 6A and above in this room? How many? 6A, 6A and above. Yeah, probably what? The 10, 15, and more, right? Yeah, just in this room, I see maybe like a 15, 6A and above. So it's not like like 1 out of thousands. It's what? The 15 people out of this, what, 300 people, right? So every 20 person, there's one 6A. And if they can do it, probably you can do too, right? And then of course, the situations are different in India compared to Japan or US, but still, to get this business started, you have to take relatively, significantly the low risk. So that's how great that the human-based marketing is. And then let's look at the Sony. Everyone knows Sony, right? Yeah, Sony from Japan. Do you know how many CEO does Sony have? One CEO, right? And do you know how many employees that the Sony have? Yeah, thousands, like about 200,000, right? 200,000 employees, and then there's one CEO. And how much does that CEO make per year? Do you know? Can you even take a guess? He makes about 8 million US dollars a year. 8 million US dollars. That's like what? 640 million rupees, right? Yeah, it's a lot of money, But the question is, then what is the percentage? What is the percentage of that $8 million a year, $8 million compared to the Sony's global sales? So if you are self-employed, you're gonna make 2 to 18% of the sales, and you're HBM and you make 5 to 12% of your group sales, and Sony's CEO, he's making $8 million. What is the percentage of that $8 million compared to Sony's global sales? 1%? Okay, the answer is 0.01%. Can you imagine what kind of competition that he have to go through to become CEO? 200,000 employees, and he is number one, and he makes 0.01% of the sales that he's helping companies to make. So compared to this, you can see how great this human-based marketing is, right? Now, if you look at the scalability means that the chance of your business going into international markets, chance of your business expanding into the world. And if you're employed, do you have any scalability? No, you don't have any, none. If you're self-employed, how about it? There are some. Like you may think that, I want to open up an online store, online business. Online world, that's the borderless. So I can grow my business into many different markets. Hypothetically, it's true. And then if you thought about it 30 years ago, and you were great. But today, can you imagine how many online businesses are there out there? It's billions. And the key to success in business is differentiation. You have to differentiate yourself, otherwise you're not going to get customers. So 30 years ago, if you're in the online business, then the fact alone could differentiate you. But today's world, it's the era of online business. So you just the fact alone that you have online business is not going to make you anything special. So you have to again you have to go through a fierce competition, and to make you differentiate, it's going to take a lot of effort. So you may have some chance of scalability in that world, but it's not a lot. If you're human-based marketing, scalability, good, very good. You may say, oh, I don't have anyone outside of India. Well, that could be true, but your friend may have someone outside the country. A friend of your friend could have someone outside of India, right? That's how you become your business could become global. I remember working with this one lady in Japan. She was from Korea, so she wasn't fluent Japanese. So she started teaching Korean to Japanese students. And then she got involved with this opportunity that the MLM company that I was managing at the time. And she shared that opportunity with one of her students. And her student shared that opportunity with someone in Malaysia that she met over Facebook or something. And then next thing this Korean lady realized was she had a group of 4,000 people in Malaysia and Indonesia. Yeah. That's the type of scalability we're talking about here. So that's the possible to happen, something like that. I've been in this industry for over 20 years. I've worked with so many leaders. And then I tell you one thing. Any leader who's making more than 10,000 US dollars or more per month, his business is global. With or without he knowing. His business is global. So you keep working hard with the Magic, and you start earning a lot of money, and maybe you start earning $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. Even without you trying, your business is international. I can guarantee you that. So that's how much scalability this business has. You want to translate? You're doing your own business. Say this is a hypothetical situation. Your initial investment to start your business, say $200,000, and then your business generates annual sales of $150,000. And then say your profit rate is 10%. And in that case, your annual profit is $15,000, which leaves the return on investment for you at 7.5%. Now, that means that it's going to take more than 10 years to make up your initial investment. To me, it doesn't make sense, but some people it does. Those people who have a lot of money, and they have a lot of money and in bank account, if they have the money in the bank account, it's not going to create much, it's just sitting there sleeping. And it's not the best way to use that capital, so they invest the money into something like this. And then after 10 years, it's going to start creating money. And then for some people, this makes sense. But if you ask me, I wouldn't do it because I don't have that much cash. But anyway, that's the return on investment. If you're employed, you're working for someone with hourly or monthly wage, your return is of course wage, and your investment is your own time. And then there are people in this room, I bet that there are people in this room who work for someone with hourly or monthly wage. And then there are many in Japan or in the US. But I tell you, the one thing that those people, the people in this category do not realize is the time that they're investing is actually one of the most precious and valuable business resources that they have. I don't think many people see their time as a business resource, but it is. And it is actually one of the most important business resources that you have. And many people, at the beginning, I said that the income inequality, the unequal the distribution of wealth in this country, and you wonder why that happens. And one of the reasons why that's happening is this: people in this category do not realize what they're doing. They don't. Let me ask you a question. Sir, 20 years old, okay? And then I approach to you and then, by the way, what's your name? Sriro? Sriro, okay. And then I say, Sriro, can I give me your next 45 years? Can you give me your next 45 years for $500,000? Of course not. About $1 million. Maybe. Okay. Yes or no? No? Yes? No. Too cheap. 1.5. Yes? Yes? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Solved. Yeah, I need a hammer. Imagine you're 20 years old, okay? And then I say, and could you give me your next 45 years, say 45 or 50 years, for $2 million? Huh? $2 million. $5 million. You think about it, right? Okay, all right, thank you. But thank you. Okay, it's okay. It's okay, thank you. Thank you, it's all right. Not. 1.5, he's okay. But you're not okay with 1.5 and $5 million you think, right? Okay, what is the average hourly wage that average Indian people make? Hourly wage. Hourly wage. 1,000 rupees? $1? $1? Okay, $1 is gonna make it easy. $1 is gonna make it easy. Huh? $3? Average, yeah. Okay, let's take one. Okay, let's take one. Okay, $1 an hour. And then how many hours a week do people usually work? 40? Okay, let's take a 40, okay? 40 is like 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Is that what you're saying? 6? So it's 40, say 50 hours? 50 hours? Okay, 50 hours. So that's $50 a week. And then how many weeks per year do you work? 52? Okay, say 52. And then say I said that I want the next 50 years of years. So 50 years. Okay, guess what? In that case, according to the information you gave me, average Indian people basically sell the 50 years of their life for $130,000 US. $130,000. You said the 500 is too cheap. 1 million is too cheap. 1.5 you think, but he says 1.5 is too cheap. 5 million you think, but according to the information you gave me, average Indian people sell their 50 years for $130,000 only. You see the gap? You say that the 150, like the 500,000 is too cheap, way too cheap. 1 million is too cheap. 1.5 million is too cheap. But average Indian people sell their 50 years for 1/10 of the price I gave you. And that's exactly what's happening right here. They don't know what they're doing. If I tell them the same thing, if I ask the same question to them, they'll probably say the same thing. 500,000 is too cheap. But what are they doing? They're selling the 50 years of their life for $130,000. And that is why they stay in that poor category forever. You don't understand that, then you're gonna stay there forever. You wanna get out of that category, you have to understand this, and then you have to start doing something else. Otherwise, you're gonna stay there forever. You never can get out of that rest of the 90% category. Right? So, you have to think about that. If you want to get out of that category, you have to use your most precious, most important, most valuable business resource more wisely. That's the key. That's a key for you to join that top 10%. You don't realize that, you never join that top 10%. All right? Now, human-based marketing. Say like you are buying the K8, return that you're going to get is, number one, health. You keep drinking Kangen water, and then you're going to get healthier. I'm not going to make any medical claims. So don't ask me questions like, oh, I have this condition. Would the drinking Kangen water help that? Don't ask that question. I'm not going to answer you because I'm not doctor. You're not doctor, I'm not doctor. So I'm not here to answer that kind of question. And then if you go that direction, you're working towards a pit hole. Because that's a question the question that needs to be answered by doctors, and you're not, all right? But just use common sense. 70% of your body consists of water. If that's the case, putting the best quality water into your body is going to, of course, affect your body in a positive way. So keep drinking Kangen water, and you're going to get healthier. You're going to get healthier. Number two, you take this opportunity seriously, and you make it work, and you're going to make a lot of time. You're going to earn a lot of time, and you're going to earn a lot of money. I remember working with one leader in Japan. And then when he joined one of the companies that I previously managed, I asked him a question. To realize your dream lifestyle, how much do you need to make? By the way, that's a question I often ask people like you. Like, to realize your dream life, how much do you need to make? So I asked that question, and he said, I want to earn $1 million a year. Annual income of $1 million within 3 years. So I asked him, so how are you supposed to make it happen? What are you going to do? And he said, I'm going to do the seminar, 500 seminars per year. Not to participate, but he said he would do the seminar 500 times a year. So sometimes he did the seminar 3 times, 4 times a day. And then actually he committed to that plan, and he did that for 3 years. So in that 3 years, he did more than 1,500 seminars. As a result, after 3 years, his annual income hit $3 million. Now, here's the interesting part. After he started making like a $3 million, he got arrested for tax cheating. So don't cheat tax, okay? But what's funny is that so he got arrested for tax cheating, and then he didn't get terminated by the company, but the business activities were suspended. He was told not to do anything. No seminar, no Facebook, nothing. Just stay home and spend time with your family. And that's what he did. But even during that time, for 1 year, every month, 250,000 US dollars deposited into his bank account. So when you create a success, when you create real success in this business, that business is gonna drive itself and brings the money to you. You don't have to work on it. That's the type of business that you want to create, right? I mean, like, what is the reason that you're here? You are trying to make money, but why? Because you want to enjoy your life, right? You don't want to spend your whole entire life as being the workhorse. You want to enjoy your life, right? That's why you're here, and then that's what he did, and he was so successful. He did that. He built that thing in 3 years, and then after that 3 years, he doesn't have to do anything. He just stays home. The money just comes into his bank account. So that he was called by this tax office. He went in. He paid $1 million in a tax, extra money, extra tax he paid. On the way home, he stopped at the Ferrari dealership and purchased a brand new Ferrari. I'm not saying that you should buy a Ferrari or anything like that, but what I'm saying is that's the type of success that you could build with this business. And then also, you can create a lot of friends. You know, some people say that if you are involved in this business, you're gonna lose friends. You know, that all depends on how you do it. You know, there are ways that there's right way to build business and wrong way to do the business. If you employ the wrong way to do the business, then yeah, of course you're gonna lose friends. But that goes to anything, anything, right? You just need to do the right thing. If you do this business in the right way, you're gonna earn time, you're gonna earn health, you're gonna earn money, you're gonna earn friends. You're not gonna lose. So the return on investment, you decide. You decide. Translate now. You can win in this business. If you look at the number of people in America and Japan who earns more than $100,000 a year, in America, 13% of the people earns more than $100,000 a year. In Japan, 4.3% of the people. And those numbers, those people include people who started his own business, became the president, CEO, those type of people. And you know that they took a great risk. So they deserve to be in there. But if you look at the survival rate of the companies, newly started companies, only 6.5% of the newly started companies survive for the first 10 years. In other words, the failure rate is 93.5%. So, and then the 1 year they're in here, but the next year there's no guarantee or anything. They may fall out from there. So it's quite risky, and then if you're able to survive in that competition, you deserve to be there, in there. But how about the human-based marketing? In human-based marketing, you hear this number quite often, 1/1,000. 1/1,000. You go out there, talk to people, and then talk to people about the Enagic business, and then you may hear people say, well, you tell me a lot of good things about this business or Enagic, but isn't it the one out of 1,000 people who can actually become successful? 1 out of 10,000 people? You hear that, right? Don't you hear that? Yeah. And then a lot of people in US, in Japan, they say that too. When I go talk to them, and then they say, yeah, I understand that the Enagic is great, but isn't it one out of 1,000 people, 1 out of 10,000 people who can actually become successful? When you hear that kind of comments, how would you respond? Enagic is different, or Anything else? Well, some people say that, oh, well, I'll become that one, the one. I will become the one. I like that attitude too. But if someone says that, the way Enagic, isn't it 1 out of 1,000 people or 1 out of 10,000 people who can become successful, and other 999 people, they cannot become successful? If some people say that, I will say, of course. Of course it is 1 out of 1,000, 1 out of 10,000. Enagic is 1 out of 1,000 too. The same. And then I do not have any problem with that. I don't. Why? Because that I know that that is true for anything. Like my son plays baseball. He wants to become a professional. And you probably don't know much about the baseball. So let's say my son is playing soccer and he wants to become a pro. He wants to become Messi. He wants to become Ronaldo. There are many kids like that in India too, right? Playing soccer, want to become professional, real good, right? When you meet kids like that, would you say, oh kids, you're stupid. Do you know how little the chance is for you to become Messi? Do you say that? No, you don't. You say, well, keep trying hard. Maybe one day you could become a pro. Maybe one day you could become next Messi. Isn't that what you're going to say? Yeah. You don't say, well, you're stupid. You have only this much, not even this much chance. And that's true for anything. I talked about Sony, right? Sony CEO. Sony, how many employees does Sony have? 200,000. There's only one CEO, so the probability is 1 over 200,000. You see that's a problem? You don't see any problem in that, right? That goes to anything. What is the biggest company in India? What, Tata? Lens? Lens. Okay. That company too, right? How many CEOs? It's just one. And how many employees? Thousands. And millions. And so out of millions of employees, there's only one CEO, and you don't think that's a problem, right? It's natural. And yeah, any world is 1 out of 1,000 or 10,000. And Enagic is no different. Enagic is no different. And then also, like when you're in this business, there's one phrase that many of you don't like to hear. It's a pyramid scheme, right? Some people say, yeah, the Enagic is another pyramid scheme. Some people say that, right? And often people say, no, Enagic is not the pyramid scheme. If someone says that and comes to me and says, isn't Enagic one of the pyramid schemes? And then I would say, yes, it is. It is pyramid. It is pyramid. You hear me? It is pyramid. And then I don't have any problem with that. Why? Because I know everything is pyramid. I just talked to you about the Sony. There's only one CEO. And then, by the way, what is the definition of pyramid scheme that you don't like? Often people say, well, there's one guy sitting up here, and then it's like this, and then all work is done by these people at the bottom, and then all money goes to top. Right? Sony, there's one CEO, vice president, and the directors, managers, supervisors, and the workers. And who makes TV? CEO? Workers, right? Workers make this TV, and who gets paid the most? CEO. What is this? It's a pyramid, right? Tata too. Tata too. Who makes the cars? Thank you. So, and it's not just a company. Look at the military. It's general, colonels, lieutenants, and then all soldiers. Who goes to the front line when something happens? Soldiers. And who gets the credit? Generals. It's pyramid, right? In sports teams, schools, anything. It is pyramid. Anything you know, it's pyramid. So in Agile it's pyramid? Of course it is. Of course. But only there's one big difference. There's one big difference. What is the chance if you like what is the chance of say Microsoft is another pyramid scheme, and then what is the chance of this factory worker of Microsoft right here one day becomes CEO of the Microsoft? What is the chance? Virtually zero, right? Virtually zero. Enagic right here, you join Enagic today, become a 1A distributor, and one day you become 682-6. What is the chance? Yeah, if you have firm determination, you have so firm determination, I say 100%, right? So, this pyramid, if you're about the bottom right here, you're completely locked in there. There's no way out. But here at the Enagic pyramid, you're bottom here today, but the ladder to very top is your access is free. You have free access. Yeah, at the beginning it's like this, but then the angle becomes steeper and steeper, and then maybe at some point it's vertical. At some point it's more than vertical, but if you don't give up, you can climb up, right? No one's gonna stop you. If someone's gonna stop, if there's someone who stops you, who is it? It's you. It's you. Do you think you're upline people? You say like, I want to become 682-6, and then if there's, do you think if there's any upline who says, no, you don't want to do that? You're not going to find any upline like that, right? So, if you ask me which pyramid, if I need to be in, you ask me that question 100 times, and then I would choose this Enagic pyramid 100 times. Yeah. You join this business, and within 1 year, more than 50% of people quit, they drop, and only less than 10% of people stay in after 5 years. Why is that? How do you interpret these numbers? How? Well, let me ask you a question. Who has anyone has a daytime job? No? Anyone? Where? You have a job. What time do you go to work? Sorry? 9 o'clock. What time do you wake up? 6:30. I have a question for you. When you wake up at the 6:30 tomorrow morning, it's rainy. Do you go to work? Yeah? Okay. But in general, if it's rainy, you still go, right? If it's windy, do you go? If it's snowy, do you go? Yes? Okay. So, thank you. So yeah, that's what the average Indian people do, right? Rainy day, snowy day, windy day, they still wake up and go. For how much? $168 a month. No, there's nothing wrong about that. There's nothing wrong about that. But here I'm talking about when you're involved in the network business or human-based marketing, often people say, oh, I want to make $10,000 a month. I want to make $50,000 a month. Or I want to make $100,000 a month just like a Cynthia Rami. That's what you say, right? But often you see people like, I know there's a seminar today. I don't want to go. I'll go next week. That's what you often see. So actually, you're great. You had choices. You had option to stay at home today, but you made a decision to come. So that's a great step forward towards your success. But many people decided not to come. Although they say, oh, with this business, I want to make a $50,000, $100,000 a month. You see my point? You see what I'm saying? Average Indian people, for $168 a month, they wake up every morning. Rainy day, snowy day, windy day, they go. But this business, we're talking about $50,000, $100,000. But then they're like, it's rainy, I don't want to go. It's not going to work. Those people would never touch the success. So I say, those people, those who quit, those are the people who say, I don't want to go. I say out of 1,900 people are like that. 900 people, they join but never do anything. Joining a Magic business, buying K8 SD501, that is for you. That is a passport for you to your final destination. Passport. But getting passport is not going to get you anywhere. You just got passport. You need to buy air tickets. You need to actually go to airport. You need to take day off. There are many other things that you need to do. Just getting passport is not going to get you anywhere. So those out of 1,000 people, 900 people, they just got passport, but they didn't do anything else, and then they complained that they couldn't go to anywhere. Of course they can. What do you expect? And the rest, 100 people, I say 99 people, they started doing something, but they quit. They stopped trying. And only one stays in, keep trying, and then he becomes successful. It's that simple in this business. So to me, the survivors' success rate is not too bad, actually quite high. Quite high. So you have to, it's all up to you. Again, it's all up to you. You decide. And this is a photo from America back in 1930s. What was happening in America in 1930s? Great Depression, economy was so bad. And that time, the unemployment rate was over 30%, almost like 35%. There's so many people out of job, looking for a job on the street. And even during this very difficult time, and so many people are out of job, but still many people are flowing into America. That time mainly from East Europe. Many of them didn't have any educational background. Of course, they didn't have any professional background, and they didn't even speak, many of them didn't even speak English. But still they came to America. And of course they don't have a job. And so many people, over 30%, 40% of people, they didn't have a job. Even in that very difficult economic situation, there are people that's smart enough who knew how to make money in that situation. People like Henry Ford or Dale Carnegie. Maybe you've heard about those names. Those people, the genius business people, they knew how to make money. But regular people, they didn't know how to become successful. Actually, this is the time when network business, MLM, approached to those people and became a citizen, to earn the citizenship in America. How? They approach to those people and say, you want to become successful? I understand you have no educational background, you have no professional career, you don't even speak English, but do you still want to become successful? They say yes. Well, in that case, this is the chance. This is the chance because this business is designed for you to win. You don't have to have any academic background. professional career where you don't even have to be fluent in English. All you have to have is a passion and consistency, firm determination to become successful. That's it. That's it. If you have it, then you can become successful. You want to translate? Okay. Now, some people still think that this is a scam. This business is a scam, but of course it's not. It's not. Number one, do you know how old this industry is? What is the oldest company in the industry? Amway? Is it Amway? Avon. Actually, it's Avon. Avon was founded in 1886, so it's like over 130 years ago. Amway was actually founded in 1957, so it has a history of what, 60 years or so? Yeah, so if number one, so this industry has a history over 100 years. If this is a scam, I don't think this business could last over 100 years, right? And then also the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce is the largest business-oriented lobbying group in America. Okay, so Apple and Microsoft or Ford, GM, you name it, all great American companies are the member of U.S. Chamber of Commerce. And the top guy at U.S. Chamber of Commerce, that is the chairman of executive committee. His name is Steve Van Andel. Who is Steve Van Andel? Yeah, he is the chairman of Amway. He's the owner of Amway. So the largest business-oriented lobbying group in America is led by the owner of this MLM company. So if this is a scam, I don't think he can serve U.S. Chamber of Commerce as a top guy. And then of course, certainly this business cannot last for over 100 years. And then also this started just several months ago. It's a 24-hour cable TV channel, which is direct sales TV, the futures, direct sales, and network business. 24 hours a day, and it's a TV program for MLM. So after seeing this, after knowing these facts, if some people still think that this is a scam, I don't know what to say. I don't know. And then you know what? This is not the business that you convince other people. This is a business that you find people who want to change their lives. You don't have to try to convince someone. And also, this business, some people say that if you're involved in this business, you're going to lose friends, you're going to lose trust from other people. And of course, that's not true. And if you see those people, I want you to ask questions to them. The question is, do you think the fire is bad? The cars are evil. Do you think fires and cars are evil? Bad? No, right? To me, these are powerful tools to make your life better. But you know that you can use these with bad intention. You can put fire on someone's house and kill people. You can be completely drunk and then start driving car and then kill somebody, right? So if you have bad intention, if you don't use these tools right, that could be devastating. So MLM or human-based marketing is the same way. It's the same type of thing. It is such a powerful tool that you can use to change your life. But if you use it in the wrong way, yeah, it can damage your life. It can destroy the relationship with other people. So again, it is up to you. It's all up to you how to utilize it. So I want you to use this tool in the right way and change your life while you maintain the good relationship with other people. All right? It's all up to you. So to me, human-based marketing is a powerful tool that enables have-nots to act on market, determine your own income level, and choose the route to your destination. Act on market means that if you studied economics, you know that the consumer and goods and service provider, and then a transaction happens, right? The goods and services are provided, and then the consumers pay the money. And in this transaction, no one loses. No one loses. But if your purpose is to make money, then if you are on the consumer side, then you're not going to earn that money. You want to earn money, in that case, you need to put yourself on the business side, right? Otherwise, you're not going to make money. So this human-based marketing enables you to be on that business side, not the consumer side. And also, it allows you to determine your own income level. How much do you want to make per month? You, yeah. $100,000? $100,000 a month. Great, thank you. And do you work? This is a full-time job? Okay, all right, great. So if you have a job, tomorrow morning you go to your boss and say, hey boss, I'm gonna work really hard. I mean really hard. So can you give me $100,000 a month? That's not gonna happen, right? That's not gonna happen. But in this business, he comes to me and says, hey sir, I really mean it. I want to make $100,000 a month. I'm going to work towards it. I'm going to work really hard. I'm not gonna laugh at him because I know it's possible. If he says $100,000 a month, I say it's possible, go for it. If he tells me he wants $500,000 a month, and then I say, well, you just need to work harder. And then if he says he wants $1 million a month, I said that it's possible, go for it. $1.5 million a month, it's possible. That's because, not that I know that because I know that hypothetically it's possible, because I have direct experience working with people who earn that much money through this business. There's one guy, he lives in Florida, in America. He makes $1.5 million a month through this business. Not the Enagic, but through this business. So I know it's possible up to 1.5. Through my own experience, I know that's possible. If he says he wants to make $2 million a month, I say, well, yeah, I mean, hypothetically, that's possible. I don't know. I have not seen that much money, but it is possible. But up to 1.5, I personally know that's possible. So I'm not gonna laugh. 100,000, that's well possible. I know so many people who makes over $100,000 a month through this business, so it's possible. All you have to do, doesn't matter how much you want to make. All you have to do is prove that the amount of work you've done is worth that much money. If you can do it, the money is yours. Simple. And the third, this business allows you to transportation. And a lot of people don't know that there's an option to fly. But through this business, you know that there's an option to fly. And so in that case, you have to choose the right transportation to your destination. And this business allows you to do that. And then also, one thing that I noticed about India is that when I do this kind of training, I don't see many women. I say, what, 10, 15% of the people in this room are women, right? The ladies are there. Usually when I go to US, Japan, I say 60, 70% of the people are female. Yeah. So this business is great for you. I want to show you one very interesting statistics, which is this. In America, only 9% of women makes over $100,000 a year. Only 9% of women. And out of that 9%, 82% of them are in network business. Either full-time or part-time. So I assume that in India, this opportunity for women is a lot more limited. But in this society, if you want to become successful, I think this is the business you want to find yourself in. So this is one passport to your success that it's really difficult to get in this country. So this is the business that you want to be in. Now, I don't know if you like him or not. Mr. Trump. Did you know that Mr. Trump, he's a big fan of this business? By the way, he himself drinks Kangen water. And so one time he was apparently on TV show. And the TV show host, he asked a question, say, what would you do if you lost everything again and had to start over from scratch? Well, he filed bankruptcy one time. So he's saying, what would you do if you lost everything again? Then Trump said, I would find a good network marketing company and get to work. And then the audience, they booed at him. Yeah, it is a US is a mecca of MLM, but still there are some people who don't like this business. So audience, they booed at him. And here's how Mr. Trump responded to those people. Well, that's why I am sitting up here and you're sitting out there. Well, it's very much Trump-like response, but this actually is so true. You know that when you are trying to become successful, you're gonna face a lot of no's, rejections, and laughs, right? And that's how you become successful. Everything you know about the successful people. Walt Disney, he built Disneyland. He needed the finance. He didn't have the money. He had to go to financial institutions so many times, and he received 302 rejections, right? And you guys like KFC, right? Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken, the founder of the restaurant, the Colonel Sanders. Do you know how old? Number one, how old he was when he started driving through the nation to find a business partner? 62. And then he had nothing but the recipe of fried chicken, trying to find a business partner from all over the nation. And finally, he found the business partner in the state of Utah. So if you go to Salt Lake City, Utah today, you're gonna find a big signboard that says, world's first KFC started here. But the question is, before he found, the Colonel Sanders found the first business partner in Utah, how many no's had he go through? Can you imagine? 1,009 times. You want to do business with me? No. You want to do business with me? No. 1,009 times. Then 1,010th time, he finally got yes. You know that in your brain, in your heart somewhere, you know that's how this great success is built. You've read the stories of great people in the human history, right? Those books you've read, those books are filled with failures, struggles, laughters, no's, right? It's not like when you start reading the history of great people in our history, those books from page 1 to the last page, is it all about the successful events? No, it's all about the failures, all about the rejections. You're trying to do something different. Of course, you're gonna see opposition. You're gonna face opposition. And what's funny is that when you go out there, you're expecting everyone says no. You expect everyone says yes, right? That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You know, Enagic has been has been around for 45 years. 45 years. And I'm so grateful for the fact that we are still able to offer you an opportunity to become successful after 45 years. And we can do that for two reasons. Two. One is that what we offer, Kangen water and then also this Complan are genuine. Number two, because there are so many people say no to it. Think about it. We've been around for 45 years. If this is something that everyone should say yes, probably before you learned about Enagic, everyone on the entire globe has already signed up. There's no room for you to grow. You can become successful because so many people say no to this Kangen water. So many people say no to this Enagic business opportunity. That's why you can become successful. So after today's event, you go out there, you start talking to other people, and if you face any rejections, instead of you're frustrated or you're sad, instead of that, you should be saying, thank you. That's why I can become successful. Yeah. You want to be seen as a capable guy, right? If you're working with at the company, the office, you want to be seen as a capable guy by your boss. And in that situation, what kind of people do you need around you? Same capable guy? Yeah? Often people say that, and I see it from a different angle. You want to be seen as a capable guy, and then see this is right here. This is all the co-workers, all employees in the same office, and then everyone's capable. Everyone is the same has the same talent. To me, you're not special. You're just an average guy. You're not capable. You want to be seen as a capable guy. That means that you need not capable guys around you. Does it make sense? So instead of complaining about people not understanding you, just think that that is the reason why you can be successful. So it's all about from which angle you see. So you see all oppositions, rejections. Well, that's great because that's the reason why you can be successful. Now, Mr. Trump said that when he lost everything, he would find a good network marketing company and get to work. And then I say Enagic is a great company for you. Now here's the translation. Founder of the company. And Mr. Obushiro, he founded Enagic in 1974, actually June 21st of 1974. And I was born on June 2nd of 1974. So Mr. Oshiro, he founded the Enagic to celebrate my birth. Yeah. But he's a great guy. He's 78 years old, but he's so energetic. He's such an amazing guy. But what's interesting that every time I talk to him, basically he talks about only these. Giving people the second chance and to help poor people to succeed and give people a means to give back. Those are probably the only things he talks about. And then these are the philosophy of Mr. Oshiro. And then, anything we do, anything we offer, anything we do, how the company is operated, the machines, and the comp plan, in everything we do, you see these philosophies in there. This is Enagic. And his philosophy comes from his own experience from youth. He was born in Okinawa, tiny island in southern Japan. Okinawa has a very unique history, culture and history. And some of the history has a very sad, historical events. Like when he was born in 1941. 1941, that's the year that Japan went into the war against the United States and the UK. And 1945, Okinawa became the only soil of Japan where the combat took place. Yeah. If you want to talk, that's great, but if you step outside, that'll be helpful. You hear people out back there? If you want to talk, that's fine, but if you want to talk, please step outside. So, 1945, the Okinawa became the only soil of Japan where the actual combat took place. And then so many people were they suffered from it. Almost like 250,000 people got killed in the war actions. And Mr. O himself, he lost 2 of his sisters in that war. And there's a cave. Have you been to the EAPA, the golf course in Okinawa? You've been there? Great. If you go to EAPA, headquarters of EAPA, there's a beautiful golf course right there. But did you know that there's a cave behind the golf course? There's a cave. That's a cave that the Mr. O ran every day to avoid air bombing. So that location has actually a history, something to do with the Enagic, the Mr. O's the background. But that's where he's from. Ever since after war, the Okinawa was occupied by the United States and remained as a part of the United States until 1972. So when he was younger, he had to have a passport to come to Japan. He was an American citizen. So, and ever since after the war, and then the Okinawa came back to Japan in 1972. But ever since then, Okinawa has been a poorest state in Japan's 47 states. It's a beautiful, beautiful island with the rich history and culture. But from an economic standpoint, it is the poorest state in Japan. And that's where he's from. That's where Enagic started. And so, Mr. O, he wanted to become successful. He worked so hard, and he became so successful. Started working with Sony. He became one of the top 3 sales agents in Japan, and he was doing so great. But then, all of a sudden, things started going wrong, and he lost everything. Sony had to cut tie with all sales agents to save its mothership, and then the other top 2 sales agents, they committed suicide. They killed themselves. Mr. O himself, they came this close to end his life. When I talk to his wife, the Yaeko, when I talk to his wife, sometimes she doesn't like to talk about it quite often, but sometimes she talks about how difficult things were at the time. A couple of times she told me she can't remember how many times she thought about going into the water with their kids. That's how tough the situation was. Every day, the people came to their door, knocked the door, trying to collect the debt. Kids were afraid of going out, so they couldn't even go to school. And Mr. O was trying to do everything he can to make the situation better, but no one was willing to offer help. And finally, in that desperate situation, this one tiny local bank called Okinawa Kaiho Bank approached to him and said, hey, we're going to offer you a help. And with that help, because of that help, now that Enagic is such a global company that has its presence in 23 different countries with 40 plus locations and posting annual sales of over $650 million. And Mr. O is so thankful for that help, the help that the Okinawa Kaiho Bank, that little tiny bank, that no one outside of the island of Okinawa know about this bank. I didn't know about this bank, but he's so thankful for that help. So even after Enagic has become such a large multinational corporation, its main bank, Enagic's main bank is that Okinawa Kaiho Bank. So that tells you what kind of person Mr. O is, right? And he wants Enagic to play that role of Okinawa Kaiho Bank for a lot of people. He wants me, he wants you to play that role for a lot of people who needs help today. He's not interested in making rich people even richer. What he's so interested and committed is to help you, help people who need help today to become successful. He understands that there are a lot of people out there who need help today. And that's why we have that 8-point program, Enagic's Comp Plan. It helps you today. It's not gonna tell you to wait for several months to get the result. You join Enagic and you start doing good, and from that week you can make income. And so he wants, with Enagic, he wants you to become financially successful, obviously. But that's not the true blessing that you can receive in your lifetime. The true blessing of life is you are able to help others and you become significant. Financial success is not the everything. Financial success is just the entry gate to your true happiness. If you want to become really successful, first you become financially successful, and then you become significant. That's a true blessing, that's a true happiness that you can gain through your life. How do you do it? You teach others how to change their lives. In other words, we want you to start teaching other people how to catch fish. But if you, to teach other people how to catch fish, first, you need to master how to catch fish first, right? If you don't know how to catch fish, you can't teach other people how to catch fish. So, first, we need you to become financially successful. Then, start teaching others how to become financially successful. I've worked with so many leaders, and some of them said, "Oh, no, I don't care about myself. I need people in my group to start earning money. So my focus is on them." You know what? Unfortunately, I have never seen those people become successful. Because this is a copy business, right? This is copy business. So what you do, the other people are going to copy. So if you start saying, no, I don't care about myself. I need to help these guys. And these people is going to say, oh, no, I don't need to. I don't want to care about myself. I need to help these people. And these people are going to do the same thing. Then where is going to financial success start? Never. So you first become financially successful, and then you teach other people how to become like him, and he becomes successful, and then he teaches others how to become successful. Anyone travels a lot? The airplanes? Anyone flies a lot? Use airplanes a lot. You guys use airplanes a lot. Before departures, you have to see this the safety instruction, right? The video. And then in that safety instructions, there's the part that says, in emergency, that the oxygen mask can come down from the ceiling, and then you need to put the mask on, right? And then always it's like in that part, during that part, you have a mother and then a daughter, right? And what does the mother do? Put the mask on herself first, or put the mask on her children first? Herself, right? Yeah. Because, yeah, like as a mother, as a father, you want to help kids, but in reality, if you put the kids in front of you, then it's highly likely that you both are going to be dead. So first, you need to help yourself, then help others. That's a golden rule. So like in this business, sometimes the people say, well, if I do well, then my upline is going to be only wealthier. Who cares? I mean, come on. Like, you don't do business you don't look your upline to do your business. Your money comes from your own people. So you need to be responsible for your downline people, and then you need to show the example to your people by becoming successful. Got it? So that's what, first financially responsible and then become significant by sharing that information with other people. When you, I talk about this at the very end of my presentation, but this is really important part. You want to be significant. Money is not going to get you everything. You talk to all super rich people in the world, and you ask them, can money buy everything? No. Those super rich people, even they say, no, money is not everything. They know that. The real question is, what do you do with that money? What do you do in your lifetime? So money is not everything, but first, to help others, first you need to take care of yourself. Now, second reason why Enagic is a super good company for you is this comp plan. This comp plan. Do you know how powerful this compensation plan is? Do you really? Okay, I hope so. Because I see many people who says they understand how great this comp plan is, but they really don't understand. Firstly, how many companies are there in this industry in the world? No, not India, just India. In the world, it's 100,000. 100,000 companies in the industry. That means that there are 100,000 compensation plans out there. And there is only one compensation plan that is patented. That is the comp plan you have in your hand. That's great, right? But that doesn't really mean anything if just because it's patented, that alone is not going to make it great. But here's a binary. Are you familiar with the binary comp plan? Okay. Binary, if you look at the top 30, 40 companies in this industry, many of them, I'll say at least half of them, they use this binary plan. Binary plan, what you do is that you make only two legs, left leg and right leg. And then even if you recruit third person, you can only place that person under somewhere right here. So you create two legs only. That's a binary plan. And your comp plan, your compensation, your bonus is you earn based on your weaker leg, okay? Not the strong leg, weaker leg only. Say in this case, each circle represents $100 sales. So in that case, you have $300 sales on your left, right? $100 on your right. In that case, your commission is $100? No. Your commission usually is 10% of your leg, your weaker leg. So in that case, if that's the case, yeah, your commission is going to be calculated based on your $100 sales. But if 10% of your less leg, in that case, your commission is $10. $10. That is that's a binary that you often see. Sometimes it's 7%, sometimes it's 15%, but 10% is very commonly seen. So if someone joins right here, is it gonna change your commission next month? No, because this person joined on your stronger leg, bigger leg, so it's not gonna affect your commission. So it's your commission increase, 0. You get $10, but no increase in your commission. This is binary. This is binary. But if someone joins right here, then you get the increase. You're gonna see the increase in your commission, right? You're gonna increase you see the $10 increase in your commission. Now, this is binary. But when I saw that this 8-point program, by the way, I was first introduced to Enagic December 2017, and when the guy talked to me about the Enagic, I had absolutely 0 interest. I had no intention to join Enagic, and but he said that we have an office in Tokyo, so would you visit our office? And then I said, okay, I'll visit next week. And then I visited our Tokyo office, and he showed me our comp plan, 8-point program. And then I was like, wow, what the heck is this? This is so great. And then he said that Mr. Oshiro wants to see you, so would you fly to Okinawa? And then I flew to Okinawa, and eventually I joined the company. So this comp plan, the comp plan is a great part of the reason why I joined the company. But after I joined the company, I started talking to some of the people who have experience working in this human-based marketing industry. Many of them, they were like, wow, that's great. But almost always that I get the same comment from them, which is, well, that's great, but it's a Enagic the commission, it's one-time bonus, right? One-time bonus. And they said, with this business that we're building right now, as long as these people stay on a monthly ownership, I get the commission forever. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, I get the commission. But in Enagic, it's one time. Well, that's true. That is true. But the question is, real question is, then how long do they stay on a monthly ownership, right? How long? How long do they stay on a monthly ownership usually? Can you tell? 6 months? Well, industry statistics shows that in average, they stay on a monthly ownership for only 3 months. That means that the lifetime value of having one distributor right here, spending $150, $200 every month, lifetime value for you is just $30. Just $30. And the lifetime value of having someone right here on your left, right here, it's 0. 0. Doesn't matter if you have $1 million sales on this side, you're not going to get the dime. That's a binary. Now, real power of this 8-point program is if you are just 1A, join the Enagic today, just 1A, and then you could sell KA. And then, I'm sorry that this is for US and Japan, but you sell 1 KA and then you earn $340 in commission. That is 34 months worth of commission up front compared to the binary plan. If you're 6A, you make 1 sales of KA, you earn $2,040 in commission. That is 204 months worth of commission, 17 years worth of commission up front. Great. So, yeah, I mean, binary, like someone could stay on a monthly ownership for 50 years. That's possible, hypothetically, but chances are they stay on monthly ownership only for 3 months. But with here at the Enagic, you make 1 sales and you at least earn 34 months worth of commission. Isn't that great? Now, that's the biggest selling point of our 8-point program, but at the same time, this is the biggest trap. This is the biggest trap that so many people fall into. And that trap's name is direct sales. So many people try to earn this money. Because this is so great, so many people are so obsessed with getting this money. But do you think that Cynthia, Romy, JD, those guys, do you think they focus on the direct sales? Nope, they don't. Occasionally they make sales, but they focus on team building. They focus on team building, not direct sales. You want to become successful by what? Keep selling machines? Is that what you want to become? You always keep sell machines? That's not true, right? You want to enjoy your life. If that's the case, you have to start building teams. Now, the first of my 5 messages that I want to share with you is choose a right transportation. Again, if you want to make just $1,000 a month, then a direct sales it's the right vehicle for you. But you want to earn $10,000, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, then direct sales is not the vehicle for you. What you want to do is a team building. So choose the right transportation. Don't complain to me that you say, oh, I never get the $100,000 a month, while you just keep focusing on that direct sales. You didn't choose the right transportation. So choose a right transportation. First know what you want to get, and then choose the right transportation. You want to translate? Yeah. You okay? The income pattern for most of the binary plan. This is like this, and with this component, to me, the compensation plan represents that company's value. So most of the binary companies, the income pattern is like this, and then this represents, in one word, I would say it's a representing American dream. Thousands of people join, and then you create the one rich leader, and then he lives in a great mansion with a swimming pool, drives a Ferrari and Lamborghini, and then a lot of people follow that leader. And to do that, this is the income pattern. Your people grows, the number of your group, it grows, but your income doesn't grow as fast. But after passing a certain point, your income grows so quick. That's the income pattern for many companies. And then with these companies, with companies like this, a lot of leaders, they get frustrated because of slow return, and then also team maintenance. So you're right there, your team is growing, but your commission doesn't grow as fast. And then also to maintain your income, you need to make sure that everyone stays on monthly ownership. And then people get tired of it. But the Enagic, the 8-point programs promise you a very quick return, like this. So if you are a type of leaders who would say, well, I'm confident, I can build a team of 50,000 people, or 100,000 people, 150,000 people, then you know what? You can earn more money with the other company, actually. But if you are the type of people who say, I don't think I can build a team of 50,000, 100,000, but I can picture myself of developing a team of 50 people, 100 people, 300 people, 500 people, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people. Then you know what? I can guarantee you that you're going to make more money with Enagic. And that's because our comp plan is designed that way. Our comp plan is a representation of Mr. Oshiro's philosophy, which is to help poor people to become successful. Those people who need help today, this week. This is the binary plan. One time I was talking to great leaders of the binary company, and he was telling his group members not to expect any income for 3 years. Just work hard for 3 years without expecting any income. But if you can do it, then after 3 years, you're gonna have a great income. But who could stay in without any income for 3 years? You can't, right? But in Magic, from day one, you join the company, and then from day one, you can start earning good amount of money. I know that there are some people who earn over $20,000 in the first month. With other companies, you can't do it. And so, this in Magic, it promises you a very quick return. So, that's a Magic comp plan. So, some people ask me a question, whether this comp plan really works. And then I would say that you're asking me a wrong question. Because you know that in the last 45 years, that Magic has helped so many people change their lives. You know this comp plan works. So if you want to ask a question, that question should be towards yourself. Can you make this comp plan work for you? Yeah. So can you have to make it work, right? The question has to be to you. So it is up to you again. Now here's Robert Kiyosaki. He's a very famous guy in the network business industry, and he said the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for work. Now, what would you look for? Yeah, network, right? Network. Yeah, but I'm not saying that the building network is absolutely right, and then selling machine is wrong. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is choose the right transportation. Know where you want to go and choose the right transportation. If selling machine is going to get you where you want to go, and I'm happy that you keep doing that. But if you want to go to Japan, then you have to fly, right? Don't start riding bike. You got to fly. So choose the right transportation. Now, it's time to take actions. What do you need to do if you want to become successful in the Magic business? It's simple. Drink it, feel it, share it. Some leaders that I've worked with, it's very simple. Some leader that I worked with in the past, she said the key to success, at the time we were selling juice, and the key to success in our business was drink, talk, drink, talk. Yeah, it's true here. It's not complicated in Magic business. It's very simple. You drink Kangen water and feel difference and share that with other people. Now, is there anyone in this room find drinking Kangen water is so difficult? Is there, it's just the water doesn't go through my throat. You don't say that, right? Yeah, it's easy. Anyone can do that. And then also, 70% of your body is water. In that case, you start putting the best quality water into your body, you will feel some difference. If you don't, there's something wrong with your body. So you will feel difference, and then you just share that with some other people. That's it. And the question is, how quickly can you do it? How often? Also, you need to know your own why. You know, why? Because I wanna earn money. No, that's true, but that's not how you sell your thing, right? This is all about the marketing. Marketing is about story. So you have to know your own why. Why did you join this company? Why did you decide to join Enagic? Is this like some people who says, well, I want to send my kids to different country for education. I always dreamed of living in different countries. Or I always wanted to build this kind of house. You have your own story, right? You have to know it. And so many people, they try to focus too much on what this water can do. Like, so many people focus too much on the water or machines. Like, if you start focusing too much on the water, and you're gonna start talking about all the medical claims, right? This water can cure cancer. This water can lower your blood pressure. This water is good for diabetes. All kinds of medical claims, which makes you pretend like a doctor, which you're not. And you start focusing on machines, and then you'd have to talk like you are an engineer, which you are not. Don't try to pretend like someone you're not. Just be yourself. So in that case, the best story you can sell is your own why. Why you joined the company. So that's so important. Know your own why. Now, second, talk about what you want. It's like set a goal. Set a goal. Be clear about where you want to go. Only after being clear about where you want to go, you can come up with your own daily action plan. If you don't know where you want to go, then you can't come up with any plan. So you create the plan, and then after that, commit to take daily action. Commit to take daily action. If you can't, like the average Indian people, they wake up at 6:30 in the morning, they go to work. Rainy day, windy day, snowy day, it doesn't matter. They go to work because it's a job. Now this, if you can commit to the job, when that job can bring you $168 a month, you should be able to commit to this job when this job can bring you $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. You should commit to that this business. This is a job, work. If you don't go to work, you don't get paid. And choose to whom to listen. When you want to become successful, you need to carefully choose the people that you talk to. Often you talk to people who don't know anything about being successful, and then you get denied, you get rejected, and you're crushed. Doesn't make sense. Okay, so you want to become successful by start doing something different, right? In that case, that the best person you want to talk to is someone who did something different and became successful. Isn't it right? So choose right people. Often people choose when they discuss this opportunity, they choose people who know nothing about being successful. So choose the right person. Now, these are they're really important, but the most importantly, you have to decide. Yeah. Not that I want to become successful. I wish I can change my life. As long as you keep saying that, nothing is going to happen. Change is going to happen when you say, I will change my life. I have the power to change my life, and then I will start working towards it today. When you start saying that and then start acting towards it, and then something's going to happen. You have to make a decision. You have to decide. All right? Now, you want to translate before or should I? Okay. Now, so these are the 5 messages that I wanted to share with you today. First, choose the right transportation. Second, our business is no different. Third, it is up to us. Fourth, be successful, then significant. And five, it all starts here. I hope you found, I'm sure that you found these messages everywhere in my presentation. And know that everything starts here. Everything starts here. The successfulness of my presentation is determined by you. If after today, when you walk out the room, you say, wow, that was good. I learned a lot about this business today. But if you go home just like that, then my presentation was just nothing but the failure. My presentation would be successful if you go out the room and then start making phone calls. I remember that when I was a distributor 20-some years ago, I attended one of the events, and then at the very end, while I was listening to these speakers, I got goosebumps all over my skin. And then right after the event, I started calling everyone that I had the number on my cell phone. If you are serious about changing your own life, you're so excited about your future, that's what you would do. That's what you would do. So you decide if my presentation was good or not by showing your action. Anyway, I want to close my presentation by sharing just one last quote, which is from Mahatma Gandhi. He said, "You must be the change you want to see in the world. Don't expect someone else to bring that change to you. Don't expect some luck just fall upon you. Only you have the power to change your life. You want to change? Then make that change happen. You have the power. And you know that biggest ally in the journey towards your success, the biggest ally, biggest enemy, all within you. It's all within you. And the reason why I'm here, the reason why I am in this industry is because I know that this business has the power to change your life. I've witnessed so many people use this opportunity to change their lives. I remembered working with one lady in Japan. She had no academic background. She had no business career. She had the physical disability, and she had 4 children. And because of a domestic violence issue from her husband, she had to leave home with 4 children. In the 21st century Japan, she had to live under the bridge, and she had to feed just grass on the ground to kids. When I first met her 10-some years ago, she had so much tears in her eyes, but she said, I found this business. I believe that this business can change my life. I believe that this business can bring the smile to my family with kids. And she committed. She committed to the daily action. She committed to her future. And now today, she makes over $20,000 every month in this business. So I hope that you are going to take this opportunity in Magic as a tool to change your life. If you're in, be in 100%. It can change your life, really. If you want to go out, go out. No, it's like undecided. That's the waste of your time, waste of your money. If you're in. If you're out. But I tell you, if you don't have any capital that you can invest to create your own business, if you don't have any academic background, if you don't have any education, or if you're women, this is the business that you want to be in. This is the business that can change your life. So I hope you're gonna take this Enagic seriously and then change your life. And in one day, in the near future, I see you on the stage. We're gonna have a big convention in Las Vegas in 2020. We're gonna have big convention in Las Vegas next year, 2020. And in that convention, I hope that we're gonna have a huge crowd from India. And then let me celebrate your achievement. So thank you so much for coming to this event today. Thank you.